basketball, and I was 9 years old. I never sat there like, I want to be an all-star, I want to be an MVP. I sat there like, I want to win.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from the University of Kentucky. Jalen Williams from Santa Clara University.
At 6'4".
All right.
It's gonna sound better.
I'm 6'6".
It's gonna sound better.
I'm 6'6".
We have so much fun being out there together, and I think that's what makes us really good.
Take a look over your shoulder.
How are you just so consistent night in and night out?
My whole life is consistent. Everything I do.
Gilgeous-Alexander for the win.
Lob to the rim. Oh, you dunk, Roman, by Jada.
Falls down. Jalen Williams with a big bucket.
3 letters. MVP.
Winning is everything. If you don't win, none of it matters.
It is Game 6 of the NBA Finals, and we are live from Naptown, where the Pacers face elimination in Game 6. The Thunder, meanwhile, looking to secure the title on the road. How big of a role will Tyrese Haliburton have as he deals with the strained right calf? What will we see from MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's looking to put this thing away? We will see which team gets the edge, all that and more coming up in the next 30 minutes. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Hoop Streams. I'm Vanessa Richardson. As always, I got my man Iman Shumpert with me, and we are joined by two Naptown legends, Lance Stephenson and Mike Epps. So happy to have you both here with us.
Thank you.
The vibes ahead of this Game 6.
Oh, man, I'm excited.
What are you expecting?
I got us winning. I got Pacers winning tonight.
Mike Epps, what about you?
You know who I got. I'm going with the Pacers all day.
Can you see his outfit? I want to make sure people can appreciate.
That boy got it going. He got the yellow ones on.
Yes.
Hey, I tell you what, though, the energy outside is unbelievable. On my way in, I saw a little bit of an exchange. It wasn't nothing crazy, but it was a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was a nice exchange, but I think the fans are really into it. I think if you're an OKC fan in the building today, you're a little uncomfortable. I know Tyrese Haliburton is questionable, but I think they're going to have a farewell tonight. Do I think they're going to pull it out? I don't know. I think this is over in 6, but I would not be surprised. Originally, man, you see I came with a full suit. I don't even do that often.
That's an elimination game.
But I definitely think that it wouldn't surprise me if they went on a run, if they come out here and they punch them in the mouth early. I've been a part of a Game 6 where it happens like that. If you come out here and you throw the right punch, it can go well. So.
All right, we got a packed show. I had a conversation with Isaiah Hartenstein. I'm excited for you guys to see us. Mike Epps and Lance are seeing.
Yeah, I seen my man.
All of their friends. Brian Windhorst and Chiney Ogwumike will stop by. But I want to talk to you both about the impact of the NBA Finals on the city. You all know this. It's been 25 years since the Pacers were on this stage. Mike, what has this meant to the city of Indianapolis?
Oh, man, you know, it's a come to God for us, you know. 25 years. Yep. I've been a Pacer fan since I was a kid, so, I mean, it was 2000. It was 2000 when they were there, and then 25 years, you know, number 25 is special. So, and they said Haliburton was born 2000. So, wow, that's really crazy. It's like all the stars is lining up. Makes sense.
Mike, how much did you love the Lance Stephenson?
Huh?
How much did you love the Lance Stephenson era here in Indianapolis?
I mean, you know, don't say the wrong thing. Y'all sent me home. Now, I lay you to death now, but y'all, all right. Look, I'm just be real with you. It's us against them and the refs. Can we get a good call tonight?
It always felt like when Lance was on the court, because I worked for the Pacers when Lance was here, it always felt like the Pacers had a chance because of this guy and because of the toughness that he added. Speaking of toughness, we're hoping to see some of that from Tyrese Haliburton tonight. He is expected to play per Shams Charania, even with that calf strain. Rick Carlisle said, quote, "There's no set minutes limit, but we will watch and monitor it very closely." So, Lance, how can Tyrese Haliburton have an impact in tonight's game, even though he's not 100%?
I think he should just come out early, make some plays for his teammates, hit some threes, and get it going, get the crowd going. Once the crowd get going, it's hard to win it. It's a wrap. We got to get the crowd with the energy, because that's what we love. We love the energy here.
Does that adrenaline almost, like, temporarily heal you?
The other team starts shaking when they hear this crowd. I'm telling you.
For real.
Iman, how can Tyrese Haliburton make an impact even though he's not quite 100%?
I think it's kind of what Lance was saying, coming out, making sure that he gets his team going early. He doesn't have to be extra. He doesn't have to overdo it, overprobe. What he has to try and do is come off ball screens, do A to B drives, make 1 or 2 plays, man, a nice little floater, get into a nice three-pointer, inside-out 3, something that swings back around. But anytime that you have an injury like that, you don't want to overpress. Your guys already know you're wounded. Come out, make them call a timeout first, go around the arena, scream, get everybody into it, and then sort of let your guys hover you into the end. And if they need you at the end, you show up.
Right.
So if you're in the Pacers locker room,
I'm like, let's go. Y'all ready?
give me the speech. Now, remember, we can't cuss, but give me the speech.
I can't curse. Hold on.
Yeah, sorry, minus the curse.
You know what time it is, right?
Okay.
It's game time.
Okay.
We got to bring it tonight.
He said.
We got to give it our all.
He said.
We're not going home.
We roll.
We're going to bring it, baby. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just blowing their ear.
All right, Shump. That was so good. All right, give us your hype speech if you're in the locker room.
With me, I don't know. I would have to do some sort of movie-inspired quote and then say, hey, man, I was just watching that movie. None of that really matters.
Yeah.
Forget that movie I just started talking about. We're going to come out here, we're going to punch somebody in the mouth. They're going to call a timeout. After they call a timeout, we hitting gas. If you don't feel like riding, get out the car now. Let's go.
Out the car.
There you go.
All right, Mike Epps, and as a comedian and an actor, you have to think on your feet. So even though you're not a former NBA player, give us your hype speech for
What's
the
the
team.
My hype speech is, fellas, this is now or never.
Ooh.
You might not never come back to this again. Hopefully you'll be back next year, but if you don't do it this year, you can kiss the baby goodbye.
Yeah.
We got to do it tonight,
gotta
okay?
do it.
If you want, McConnell going to have to step up. Shepard's going to have to step up. Nembhard is going to have to step up. Now's the time for you guys to show and prove who you are and get that bag.
We
Love
need
it.
8 people in double digits.
Yeah. Yeah, evenly scored.
Yes.
And that's what the Pacers are known for. That's what they're capable of. I think that if you know now that Tyrese Haliburton won't be handling it as much, and you're T.J. McConnell, you're Nembhard, you know you're going to be handling it a little bit more. If you've been Mathurin, you know coming off the bench,
Right.
I'm going to get to exert. I don't have to force, but every time I can, I need to get a defensive rebound, push that out, make the game easy in transition. They make the game easy in transition, they got a chance.
Both teams are really deep. How have you seen that depth impact this series, Mike?
Excuse me?
I said both teams are really deep. How have you seen that depth impact the series?
I mean, like I said, you know, it's the reason why both of these teams are the last 2 teams in the
Absolutely.
league.
Yep.
They are great. One of them's going to be number 1, one of them's going to be number 2, but they both great teams, and they match up really, really well.
They do.
Well, the Thunder are looking to take home the title, and if the Pacers want to stop that, they're going to have to disrupt SGA. Somebody that knows a thing or two about disrupting, Lance Stephenson. You knew I was going to have to bring up your battles with LeBron, including, of course, the famous blow in the ear. So how would you disrupt SGA if you were the Pacers tonight?
All right, I'm gonna get into him. I'm gonna try to, I don't know, I'm trying to bother him and make him mad, make him say something to me, make him do something that he normally don't do. I'm gonna play him balanced, force him left, and then I'm gonna challenge late, and I'm gonna tell him every shot, yo, you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a hard night. It's gonna be a hard night. I'm telling you right now.
What about you, Iman? Somebody that could also disrupt.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Make you uncomfortable. Make sure that you never get to your sweet spots. I think that all of us as players, we have those zones on the court that you're most comfortable. The shots that you've been taking since you were in college. What you want to do is encourage a guy to get off of those spots, force him into doing something that he's not used to doing. It may look nice, but if I know you don't usually shoot a 1-foot step back, that's what I want you to shoot.
I love that. All right, I do want to talk a little bit about Miles Turner. He's the longest tenured Pacer. He's been here nearly a decade, and you're really good friends with Miles. What do you want to see from your guy tonight?
You know what? Miles is definitely a veteran leader on the team. So we always looking for Miles to lead these guys. You know, they need that experience. They need that support from him, and that's what we're looking for. We need him to come in like Big Bro.
Love that. When you guys take inventory of this season and what you've seen so far from this Pacers team, what do you think makes them special? Why were they able to get here when not a lot of people thought they'd be here, Lance?
It's nobody have an ego. They play defense full court.
Right.
No team is playing defense full court.
Right.
Like they pressuring them the whole game.
Right.
Like that's you doing that to an NBA player. Nobody want somebody to be guarding them the whole game.
No doubt.
95 feet. That's
right.
what it is, defense.
All right, defense. I know these two definitely were two that played defense. So before I let you leave, guys, I need to ask your predictions for tonight's game. Shump?
I got a real good game. I want to say that first. It's going to be a real good game.
Pacers winning by 9.
Pacers winning by 9. Real good game?
I got OKC within like 3.
Okay, Mike Epps?
It's going to be tight. I got Pacers winning in 4.
All right, www.mikeepps.com. By the way, this guy's on tour right now, and we always love to support.
Yes, sir.
The hometown guys.
Yes, sir.
Get your tickets.
Go get your
tickets.
Right on, Lance.
Thank you both so much for your time. You both are absolute legends everywhere, but especially here in the Indianapolis community, and you mean a lot to all of us who grew up in Indiana as well. So thank you guys for your time.
Thank you.
All right, I was able to chat with Isaiah Hartenstein, who certainly has had a big part of this series as well. Here's my chat with Isaiah. Hey, Isaiah, when you came over from the Knicks and you joined the Thunder, did you picture this happening, going to the finals?
It was a goal, but I mean, you can never know what's going to happen throughout the season. So I think everything worked out perfectly, and we got one more game to go. What about this Thunder team stood out to you as special? How together they were. I mean, you saw, I think Sam Presti does a great job just building a culture, and so I think from afar you kind of always saw it, but now really being here, you know how great of a culture it is, how everyone wants each other to succeed, and that was definitely a big part. We had some nostalgia before Game 5. They brought back player intros.
Yeah.
Were you a fan of that?
Yeah, I mean, growing up, you were always a big fan. I mean, just watching Kobe, watching Dirk, and all those guys. It was a cool experience, and so yeah, it was definitely cool. What finals memories do you have as a kid? Any stand out watching? I mean, I'm from Germany, so the Dirk winning that finals, I think, was for the whole country, was definitely something special. Okay, so after Game 5, you said you have the ability to adapt, and the quote was, it's me being egoless in that sense, and it helps the team a lot. Yeah. While that describes you, I feel like it kind of describes this whole Thunder team. Yeah. How does this Thunder team being egoless and selfless help you guys win? It helps a lot. I think, especially in the playoffs, I mean, first of all, we have the luxury of having a deep team, and so I think every series, you look throughout the series, the role of each player kind of switches, and so I think for us to be egoless, to be able to maybe play less minutes, maybe not touch the ball as much, or try to figure out a different role to help the team win, is really important. And you had a big role in Game 4. You started. Yeah. What was it like to get that? Yeah, I mean, it was good. I mean, I think I've been used to it. I mean, I think the first 2 games we kind of tried something different. But again, I always have a lot of trust in Mark, and I think he always makes the right decisions, and yeah. We all know that you guys have chemistry on the court, but it seems like there's chemistry off the court. Yeah. How do those two go hand in hand? That's big. I mean, we do a lot of stuff together. I mean, throughout the season, it's a long season, so if you guys don't get along, it's kind of rough. So yeah, we do a lot together, but then also when the game starts, we trust each other. I think even having those hard conversations throughout the game, I don't think you take it personally because you know everyone has the right intentions, and so yeah. What is it like to know that you could be winning your first NBA championship very soon? I mean, we're focused on Game 6, so I mean we have to win that first. But I mean after that we'll figure out how the feelings are. But we're really just focused on winning this last game.
Awesome. Thank you, Isaiah, for your time. We're now happy to be joined by Brian Windhorst. By the way, check these two out on the Hoop Collective, the podcast, right after the game, capturing all of the real-time action. Brian, you've covered a lot of finals.
They love Shump on the podcast. They do. He goes viral for good reasons.
Yeah, very good reasons. You guys do a great analysis post-game, so make sure that you guys check it out. All right, you've covered a lot of finals. What's your biggest takeaway so far, Wendy?
This has been a very close, well-played finals. You know, the big thing to me is that the Thunder made an adjustment in Game 4 when they went back to their big lineup, and they figured out a way to use Jalen Williams and SGA playing together. Sometimes it was Jalen Williams playing point guard. Sometimes it was Shai playing point guard. They were really passing the ball on the inside to Jalen going to the basket in Game 5. And so Oklahoma City has found a comfort level. And I think that's very dangerous if you're the Pacers. Their Haliburton injury obviously is a factor, but if I were a Pacers fan, I'd be more worried about how comfortable the Thunder have been the last 2 games.
Yeah, if I was to piggyback off of that, you're starting to see OKC set that ball screen really high, and they've gotten really comfortable doing that because Indiana responded with, we're going to get into you early, and we're not going to stop. We're going to fight over ball screens. Well, if you fight over a ball screen that far out, principles come in, and you understand that a guy's going to get downhill. If you're going to live with that, you got to make sure that somebody's protecting at the rim. Jalen Williams and SGA are so good when they get their feet in the paint. No matter if it's one guy or 2 guys to get by, they got floaters, they got pivots into fadeaways. They are extremely dangerous, and I think that if they can figure that out and get under that ball screen and keep guys in front of them, that's Indiana's only chance.
And all of the boos that you're hearing right now, that's because the Oklahoma City Thunder just took the floor. The Indiana Pacers about to take the floor, which means, fellas, it's going to get loud in here.
Oh, yeah.
Game 6 has a history of being very important for obvious reasons. And we know what's at stake tonight, right? The Oklahoma City Thunder could win the championship, or the Pacers could make it a 7-game series. So let's take a look back at some of the greatest Game 6 performances in NBA Finals history. We start with the 2012 NBA Finals. The Spurs came into Game 6 leading 3-2 and had the lead with 13 seconds to play until that man, Ray Allen, nailed a 3-point shot to tie the game. Wendy, you remember this one, right?
I was in the building, and 2 offensive rebounds were the difference.
How about Game 6 of the 97 NBA Finals? Chi-Town's finest, Shumpert, Michael Jordan driving to the hoop, but when the double team came, Iman, you know what happened.
I'm open, Mike. I remember it. I was a little kid. I'm open, Mike.
Shout out to The Last Dance. That was an awesome documentary. Next year, the 98 Finals Game 6, again featuring that Dynasty Bulls team. Brian, MJ with perhaps his signature moment of his career.
Yeah, I mean, you know, in Utah, when you sign on to the Wi-Fi in the arena, the password is "he pushed off."
There you go.
I think I'm kidding. I'm not.
How about the 2021?
5 years later.
How about the 2021 NBA Finals, the Bucks versus the Suns? One of the biggest moments, Giannis dropped a 50-burger in that closeout game. Iman, Giannis's first and only title to date. What a performance that was. And then we're going to close it out by going off the
I was
rails
at this game
bit.
too, Shump.
Not the finals, but one round before, LeBron James with a masterclass, 45 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists. Of course, the Heat would win Game 6 and go on to take that series in 7 games. They would go on to win in 7 games.
Oh, yeah. You gotta, when you look at it, when you start thinking about the playoffs, the finals, you don't care if it goes 6 games, 5 games, 7 games. You're just trying to come out on top. You're going to see the best performances. You're going to see guys do things that they normally don't do. I don't know what it is about these big moments. I don't know what it is about the crowd. Everything just seems to go right always when you're on the other side. I'm excited to see what this Pacers crowd does for the Pacers when they come out here for Game 6. Because I'm telling you, it's been exciting the whole time.
Yeah.
It is rowdy today, and I love it.
And certain guys rise to the occasion. Who do you think that'll be?
Finals are 2 weeks old.
Yeah.
The playoffs are 2+ months old. Guys are tired.
Yep.
Guys are banged up. Everybody knows everybody else's play. At this point, the mental game is such an important aspect of it. I've watched a lot of series get to this point, and I've seen a lot of teams broken. And tonight we'll see whether the Pacers can push back. They've pushed back all season, but this is a challenge that they haven't faced before. Down 2 games in a row, they lose 2 games in a row, facing elimination. They haven't faced elimination yet. And so to me, this is a mental challenge because I can't tell you, and you know this from all those finals runs you went on, it's so mentally exhausting to get here. Even the players who think they know, they don't know. One of the things that you hear from players when they get to this point is, I had no idea it was going to be this hard.
You don't know it's going to be that hard. You don't know who's going to go down with the injury. There's been times that the whole game plan can go out the window mid-quarter, and we got to adjust on the fly. But it's for all the marbles, man. And you can put it all on the line. You can smile at night, win or lose. I know sometimes it hurts, it stings. But being on this floor, being able to have these performances, play against the best, this is what you've been dreaming about your whole childhood.
All right, you are watching Hoop Streams. We are just moments away from what is sure to be an epic Game 6 in Indianapolis. With the win tonight, the Thunder will be the 4th team in NBA history to reach 84 wins in a single season. They'd be the 2nd youngest champions in the shot clock era with an average of 25.6 years old. Teams leading 3-2 in the NBA Finals are 40-9 in the series all time. Let's welcome in our girl, Chiney Ogwumike, to help break this one down. One thing we know, Chiney, this crowd gets loud.
Oh yeah, it gets lit pretty quick. And honestly, they call this place the home for hoops for a reason. These are real basketball fans, and they love their team. And this is a team that has a lot of heart, a lot of fight. I know a lot of people say they're not 100%, but it doesn't matter. They're gonna still approach this like any other game, which means they're the underdogs. And I feel like they're gonna play more free. It's going to be interesting to see what they do today.
And you mentioned not being 100%. Of course, Tyrese Haliburton has been dealing with that right calf strain. As a player, you want to gut it out. You're going to play in the finals. What's his mindset coming into tonight's game?
Don't think, just hoop. And I think it's really hard because we're people that have dealt with injuries, and especially when you hear calf, you worry about what that could go into. But at this point, you're just really embracing the moment. I mean, they're playing with house money. They've made the NBA Finals. A lot of people didn't think they'd be here. He's had one of the most clutch postseasons we have ever seen. A lot of people didn't think he was going to be here. They said he was overrated, and he has had the last laugh, and I do think his talent still shines through. You know, we talk a lot about shooters. No matter what happens, you're going to go out there and you're going to guard Steph. You're going to go out there and guard Clay. You're going to guard all these guys. Like, he has such a special ability with the basketball that defenses will still respect him even if he's not 100%.
Vanessa, the crowd is very nervous.
Yeah? Oh.
Everybody is standing. They don't know why they're standing, they're just standing. It's not even close to game time, but they're all standing because they're all nervous.
To be fair, they kind of stand here all the time anyway.
But Wendy, OKC, they were standing in OKC too.
Nervousness is the same thing as excitement. I learned that from playing in the finals.
The butterflies.
It's butterflies.
Stand during the game in OKC.
You don't want to miss anything.
I hear you.
It's so exciting. Guys are doing dunks they shouldn't be doing. They overly hyped. I'm having a good time. I'm about to start sweating. It hasn't started yet, but I'm telling you it's coming.
I was going to say, I'm actually impressed.
It's coming. It's coming. It's exciting.
One of the difficult things in sports is to predict dynasties. I kind of hate that we do it. Everyone said the Celtics were going to be a dynasty, but when you have a team this young like the Thunder, it does warrant asking, if they win this one, could they be on track to be a dynasty? Chiney?
They absolutely can be. And they're doing it with defense, which is the harder way, because one thing we know is the hardest thing to coach is defense. And the reason I say yes is SGA, what is he, 26, 27? J-Dub, 24.
They're so young.
Chet Holmgren, 23, 24. And they are scratching the surface of their greatness. I'm going to give you some numbers. What'd you say?
I think Chet's 22.
Oh, 22. Oh, my gosh. But
they're babies.
Think about the separating factor here. You know, I said that J-Dub is not the icing on the cake. He's now a main ingredient to their success. He went from 17 to 19 to 26 to 27 to 40 points. These guys are graduating in real time in one postseason. Imagine what happens when they have this experience under their belt. Their standard as a 60-plus win team is now like, are we going to go back and try to do what the Warriors did and win 70 of those things? You know, like, it's kind of crazy to see the greatness. And then, of course, you've got SGA, the MVP, who is the model of consistency. I mean, I feel like we have not, his specialness is boring.
Yeah.
You know, master the mid-range.
Because
it's consistent.
Yeah.
You're not getting dunks, you're not getting threes, but it's the most respected of any young star that I've seen in a long time.
There's something else I'm going to tell you. Within 2 weeks after this series is over, Shai, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren are all in position to sign a 5-year contract extension.
Oh, yeah. Sam Presti gets work.
And I believe they will all sign them.
Yeah.
So they're all going to be in their early to mid-20s. They're all going to be locked into contracts.
Love that for them.
I do. I love that. I love that for the young guys.
And please don't take my boring out of context. I mean the greatness.
But you know what? To your point, Chiney.
No, but you're right. You're right, though. A lot of players do need to understand that sometimes being a great player is boring.
Yeah.
I think about Tim Duncan. Like, nothing flashy, nothing glamorous. Kawhi.
Go watch any of the greats. Though. You watch Steph Curry before the game. He's going to do his same ball handling workout.
That's true.
It could get boring. I've seen this before. It doesn't matter. This is what keeps them sharp. This is what keeps a guy going. When you have a guy like SGA, yeah, he doesn't shoot the flashiest shots, maybe he does wait for you to stick your hand in the cookie jar, but he's disciplined. Having discipline is still a skill in the NBA.
All right, SGA is favored to win Finals MVP. Where does his performance fall in the greatest of Finals MVP? If we can take a look at some of the graphics we have there, my guy Tim Duncan, who I just mentioned, 2003 versus the Nets, Dwayne Wade versus the Mavericks, Kobe versus the Magic, LeBron versus the Warriors. You know something about that, Shump, and Giannis in 2021 versus the Suns.
Yo, Tim was getting busy. 24 and 17.
Yeah.
What did we say? Greatness is sometimes boring.
Yeah.
5 blocks.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Where does SGA fall in all of this, Wendy?
Well, here's the thing. Like, he is also brilliant defensively. Now, Giannis is a great defensive player. LeBron can play great defense. Kobe, Dwayne. The key is all those guys can really defend. And those guys all had defensive impacts on those series. And that's why Shai is at an incredible level. Because not only is he an offensive force, he's a defensive force. And in Game 5 the other night, he made a bunch of key defensive plays in the fourth quarter. It will not be remembered in history, but that's why he is enjoying that, because he plays at both ends and he's consistent. His ability to consistently deliver in the playoffs, 30-point game, 30-point game, 30-point game, you expect it. That is something that we have rarely seen. And you look at scoring title, MVP, Western Conference Finals MVP, maybe NBA championship, maybe Finals MVP. That's a Hall of Fame credential.
Without a doubt.
We have to talk about J-Dub as well. That two-man game has been electric, especially during the finals. Iman, what is it about the finals that brings out these duos, the best in these duos?
I think that, especially with SGA and Jalen Williams, what you're seeing is once the defense, and you started saying it earlier, once they start to know each other, you know who you're playing against. Right. We know all your plays. We know what you're going to do. This was your adjustment. That was your adjustment. Now it comes down to, let's just hoop. We're going to run actions, but we're running the actions to get an ISO, and I'm going to go. They are so good with putting their head down and staying efficient. They are some of the better that I've seen. I've seen Jalen Williams, again, like you said, I like the word you use, graduating lifetime. But watching him do this and be consistent and do it at the end of games when usually they're looking for SGA, he is grabbing that ball and walking it down without looking up to see if he's open, just as he understands. If you get it, you're going to get it on the second side. You're going to attack a closeout. We're making this game easy. I don't know why they're not guarding me full court, but let me walk it up for you.
What do you think the Pacers' game plan is tonight, Wendy? We talked about Tyrese Haliburton not being 100%. We've talked about the playoffs are all about adjustments. What do you think you're going to see from Rick Carlisle?
They've got to cut the turnovers down. It's really the easiest way that they can compete. In the first 3 games, they gave up 39 points off of turnovers. 13 points a game, that is totally survivable, and they went 2-1. In the last 2 games, they've given up almost 60 points of turnovers. Not survivable. And you look at Pascal Siakam, Andrew Nembhard combined for 10 turnovers the last game. Cannot happen. They have just got to be more focused and careful with the ball. They have to know that those hands are going to come into those passing lanes. You cannot throw risky passes. That is the way that they can close the gap, even if Tyrese is not at his best.
All right, our producers are telling me we have a graphic to get to. This is a surprise graphic. Oh
my God.
The hoop streams. This is
Jeanette, you look spectacular.
This is awesome.
Thank you. I am naturally a superhero.
Oh, wait, I'm Captain Chicago.
I love this.
We're the Avengers.
We are the Avengers.
Captain Chicago.
So you're Iron Woman.
Love it.
You're Captain Chicago.
Yep.
Wendy, I have no clue what you are.
I don't know who I am either.
And I have no clue what I am either.
That's Thor.
Oh, you're Thor.
Oh.
And that's
I love this.
What's the other girl?
Am I Black Widow?
Yes,
that's on point.
So. That
totally is on point.
All right, we got to get to game picks, and I don't want to make Shanae mad, so I'm going to start with Wendy tonight. Who do you think gets the game?
The key for this game is for the Pacers to keep the turnovers down, and you know what I'm going to say.
Yep.
Score 111 points. That's the way to go. They score 111 points, they're going to win.
Shanae, give us your pick.
I think OKC, they understand that this is not a team that's 100%, so they're going to go 1,000%.
Yep.
I got the Thunder.
Same thing. I got the Thunder, man. Got to kick him while he down, man.
Well, this could be our last Hoop Stream show. If it is, it has been so much